All right, I'm gonna scrap the presentation PowerPoint this week. I think it took too much time on my end and wasn't terribly relevant and or applicable. And I think just my live commentary for the week is probably going to be sufficient for both of us and probably the most efficient. So just gonna go down the list. I'm not gonna talk about a lot of these. I really don't think they're ready, and I think there's absolutely no point to be discussing this week. Overall notions, I'm fairly bearish on SPY, Qs, IWM, US equities. I am starting to get pretty bullish on cryptos, actually. I think we're very late stage bear cycle on Ethereum and Bitcoin. So that might be why Coinbase and MSTR are, well, both have been, you know, destroyed since last July, um, and are more starting to look like they're ready than a lot of these U.S. equities that I'm going to show you here. So that's kind of the plan. I'm just going to completely skip a lot of these. They're not even close to ready. That's my overall thesis. Affirm, one of them, not even close to ready. ALAB, not even close to ready. Um, Yeah, we're gonna continue. Arm, not even close to ready. False broke out of this range, probably expecting a new low. Asan, just want to talk about really quickly, kind of an MSTR Coinbase situation where we've had a absolute drastic sell-off in price. I mean, 60% in maybe a month and a half, 2 months. Could it pop up above the EMAs this week? Yeah, it absolutely could actually. Is that a signal for price is ready? Not necessarily. I don't think. I don't think we're ready on this. I don't know. This looks fantastic. It's tough because my trigger, irrespective of everything, is if price is able to pop above, come back, retest, and hold. So if it does that, we'll see. Probably, or actually, I'd probably say like 85% likely we don't take any entry on Asan for a few weeks here. So just want to talk about it briefly. Not ready, not ready. Getting closer. Let's talk about Coinbase here really quickly. So the trigger was this yellow candle, right? Price was able to get above the EMAs. We saw that drastic move lower with this closure. We saw capitulating volume. We saw price drag lower like we saw it on AMD, and then we saw price get back above. Now I'm in Coinbase. The closure below the EMAs right here. Obviously, this was initial stop where the EMAs were. Obviously, it's a dynamic line. Now they're up here. So if price does actually roll over here, if price gets above, closes back below, I'm going to be out. It's going to be early. We should be looking for a new entry on Coinbase. Now, if it does the second scenario, if it does it comes back and it bounces, that's probably a signal for an entry. And then obviously it could absolutely do the exact same thing as scenario one and roll over and we'd be out, right? These are the small losses I'm trying to talk about that will naturally occur when we're trying to get into not necessarily a bottoming for sure, but trying to get into a good quality trade. We're going to have some of these small losses like we've seen. So that's Coinbase. Whether it bounces or rolls is to be seen. Probably one of the more priority names to be watching this week. Nothing, 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 nothing. I mean, I'd love Grab. It's getting closer. Probably gonna break out of this. So not ready, not ready, not ready. Yeah, we do need to talk about JD. This is exactly what I wanted to see with this earnings week. I mean, some kind of drastic move lower. I mean, like a 12% lower, and then we end up, I don't know, we end up green on the week, right? I mean, that's exactly what I wanted to see. I'm expecting kind of that small like grind lower against the EMAs now until price is ready to pop back above. And when price is ready to pop back above, I'd like to be getting in. Now that could surprise me this week. That could trade higher, come back lower, bounce, and that could be our entry. That could be this week's early entry. That could be this week's like, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday candle. I'm not really quite sure. That's to be seen, but I think it's more likely than not that this kind of maybe pops above briefly. Wrong tool, pops above briefly, drags lower, and then pops above. That initial after that drag lower and pops above is where I want to be getting in long here in JD. So highly, highly, highly likely that an entry is taken here in the next 1 to 2 weeks. So probably for this coming week, JD and Coin are absolute two must watches. I'd probably throw MSCR and Toast in there as well. We'll get to those. Don't care. Don't care. Yeah, MSCR, I do care. So here's the entry trigger, right? Price was able to get above the EMAs. You see this bottom wick holding it. We see a gap up, and then we see a subsequent two candles, and we lose the EMAs, right? This is textbook like small loss in my opinion. The fact that we got in on I got in on that candle, and then price closes back below. I mean, this is I mean, it's a 2028, 2027 dated contract. Like it's just like it's such a small move, and your delta's like not. I mean, it's not like an act the money position, so the delta's insane. It's not like you just lost out on theta, so it's like it's a small loss relative to what the contract is. So Coinbase could absolutely do the same this week and close back below the EMAs. I'm fairly bearish. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I am fairly bearish on SPY, IBM, QQQ into the following month and a half. We'll see about this week. Don't care, 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 do care. If price loses the EMAs, I'm gonna get out of my toast position. I am in it. It could be worth it to take an entry off here if we do see that eventual bounce. Obviously, if we see scenario number two where it comes back and it bounces, fails, obviously I'll be out. So pretty simple. If it holds the EMAs, I'm in. If it loses, I'm out. Um, probably likely to be an early entry and fail lower. But we'll see. So probably I mean, if it shows really good strength off of it and surprises me, then it's probably worth an entry just to see, right? Who can say that it's not ready? Don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care, and don't care. There we go. That's the whole list. So Spy, JD, Q, or no, not Spy. Oh, I mean, we will be watching Spy, but JD, Coin, MSTR, and Toast are probably the main ones this week. Everything else, don't really think it's ready.